everybody, and welcome to the 19th episode of Puck Witches, a vibes-based podcast where we yap about all things hockey. Today is February 14th, 2025. I'm your host, Champ, and this is my partner in crime, Saint. Saint, how are you doing?
Valentine's Day, I love hockey.
Yeah, okay. As always, we have a lot to discuss this episode, so let's jump right into it. Saint, we gotta talk about it.
We gotta talk about it!
Hi, everybody, welcome back. Guys, we really love hockey.
We love hockey so much that that was my alarm.
Great,
telling me
great.
to go to fucking sleep
Yep.
in half an hour. That was like the start. Anyways, my cousin
Yeah,
lives in Fort Lauderdale,
yeah,
Florida,
yeah.
where a certain hockey team may be based.
Oh.
And as you all know, we got into hockey last year.
Yes,
like
February
a year
6th.
It's February 6th, right? And he was like, okay, we have tickets, you know, like we buy season tickets.
Yeah.
So, you know, we could get you seats if you ever want to come down. Like, just fly down and we have guest rooms and, you know, we'll pay for your food so you don't gotta worry about it. And, you know, like just typical family shit, you know, come and visit. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I like hockey.
That would be a fun
like,
little trip.
Yeah, we just like hockey. And then I talked to my other cousins who have been before us. And they're not hockey people, but like they had season tickets.
Yeah.
And so they bring family and, you know, just for the experience of it. It's fun, even if you don't like hockey. We'll tell you how fun in a minute. So she's like, my aunt tells me like, oh yeah, it's so much fun. Like, you know, she's like, no, you don't understand. They have like nice seats.
Yeah.
And you get like free food and drinks. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Because that's
like,
not something.
This is not, we don't do this. Like, what are you talking? Because like in my mind, that is not. And then I talked to my other cousin and she looks at me dead in the eye and she's like, you need to take him up on this offer.
So funny.
And I was like, what mafiosa shit what are you talking about? And she's like, no, you don't understand. This is like, they buy the tickets around them so that they can bring family and friends.
That's so funny, though.
And then what games they can't make, they'll sell.
Yeah.
You know, to like to other friends or whatever. Like people, they just trade tickets or whatever. And she's like, no, like they're in like box seats, which we found out later they're called club seats because they're in one of the clubs. There are two different
types of box seats.
Yeah, there's like suites, which are like the super fancy, like that's the shit that like you see
wags.
Celebrities
Yeah,
wags, celebrities, like people, like you are dropping insane amounts of money. The club seats are like very nice though, like they are
so
like
nice.
Overhanging. They were so nice.
We started off as we started Puck Witches, and then we were into hockey. We were really into hockey because of the Stanley Cup final. But then we started Puck Witches and we started paying attention to more than just our teams. And then hockey became our entire lifeblood. And so back in October, we were like, yeah, we should go to Florida. We should take your cousin up on the offer. It'll be a quick like weekend trip.
Because we had already talked about the trip that we're doing in literally 1 week from the day that we're recording. Boston or like a friend, because we usually do friend trips.
Yes.
And so we were like, okay, so we knew we were going to need a week off for that.
Yep.
And so we were like,
it was just kind of a ha-ha moment of, yeah, we'll just go down and we'll come right back in BD.
Yeah, we were like, we'll do a weekend. We were looking at tickets, but you had to work. And like, I was like, I felt next time we will stay longer because I was like, sorry to just fucking dip and run. Like,
which was really funny. So
Friday night,
we got
Sunday
down
morning.
there. We got down, well, you got down there at 6:30. I got down there at 9 on Friday. Yep. And like, your cousins are the coolest because they were like,
I can't wait to tell them you said that.
They were like, so yeah, we're going to do this, and this. We're going to go here and here. And I'm like sitting there wide-eyed because I had so many flight troubles that it was a mockery of the aviation industry. And B, I just really like hockey. And I never expected to get this into hockey where we fly down for we were on the ground in Florida less time than we were
at the airports in the air.
So like, okay, so I feel like a traitor I'm gonna tell you this right now. I feel like a traitor.
Champ, I need you guys, because I was fine, right? Because hockey's hockey.
Yeah.
And Champ was, I could visibly see going through a like crisis in her head every few minutes of like, this should have been my team.
It should have been my team.
As like, because my guys, I cannot express to you how big of fans my cousins are
Of
about the Panthers.
Yes. They're super fans, which
they are super fans.
That's their hobby, their lifestyle, you know, their date nights, it's just
they go to like every fucking game.
That's
like,
their social life. That's and it's awesome because that's a really good
That's what I want.
community.
I want to be in Pittsburgh going to fucking Penguins games every night.
Right. And like, so seeing that's incredible. They know people at the stadium. They, you know, can like, you know, chat with people that are, you know, wouldn't.
The guy at the Panther store like knows them.
They have a very specific ritual where they talk to a certain line person. They are the first persons in that line. They get there at 5:00.
So are their friends. The doors open, like before the doors open.
They don't need to do that, but that's their lifeblood. And I was looking at them going, that's what I want. And
I was like, I want to be this.
So we were literally there from Friday night to Sunday morning. Saturday was incredible. We went
Whirlwind day.
Oh my gosh, we got up early and then went to the training facility.
Yeah, so we went to their training.
Their
the Panthers.
Store. Pantherland.
Their trading facility has a like 7,000 square foot store.
Incredible. And you'll see this all on the vlog. I mean, if you want to watch that first, that's fine. Their merch was gorgeous. We talked about this a little bit, is that I really like that the Panthers merch isn't just red and gold and black. The only colors that are in, like, only the colors that are in their
yeah, it's not all navy,
yeah,
red and gold.
It's white. They had like cream leather jackets and gold, you know, and they had
they want you to rep it.
Yeah,
they want you to rep it no matter what your style is. There was a style there for everybody.
There was a style there for puck witches. Like,
yeah, there was literally, I went, oh my god, like this is puck witches shit. Like,
and then they had like Four Nations stuff. They had Stanley Cup stuff. Again, I was having
the Four
a mental
Nations
crisis.
Stuff was cool.
I was breaking down. I was not having a good time.
I gotta get my puck up.
Oh yeah, like, so just incredible store. We didn't spend it, but they spent a lot of money on us.
We
were going to.
So my cousin is older than me. He's my what, first cousin once removed or something like that. So, he's my mom's cousin. Yeah. He's my mom's cousin. Legitimately. So like more like an uncle to me. So like I'm looking at the pictures of the Panthers and be like, we were there, we bought this shit. He was like, we're going to buy our shit, right?
We
like
were so ready to pay. You and I were so ready to pay.
Yeah, I was like, I've got a pair of like, he was like, you should get some socks for your mother because we live in the fucking north.
Yeah.
And like, I got a cool like punk t-shirt. Like, I liked the retro shit because I'm a punk. And I was oh, this is my style. This is what I mean about style though. I would not normally have bought anything in red or white, but they had like black t-shirts and that's what I always wear. And so I was like, oh, this is cool. I'll grab a puck. Because they have a puck wall of like all different colors. So cool. It was so cool. And
we got stuff for friends. Again, I got 2 hats, Four Nation hats for my dad, my brother. Like, so ready to just be like, okay, this is what I came down here for. I'm spinning.
And they were like, hey, make sure you wait for us at the desk because we have a discount because we're season ticket holders.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, cool, yeah. And she's like, and then my cousin, she's like, here. This is in one bag, this is in one bag, this is in another. And I'm like, okay, yeah, here's my card.
Yep.
And my other cousin looks and he's like,
you're not paying.
No. And I was like, and I like had like, because usually we're with the kids, right? And I can't like yell at him. Yeah. And I was like, you're not fucking paying. Yeah. And he's like, and he starts laughing at me.
I know. I don't think you saw my face in that moment. I just sat there and I went, like, jaw slack. I was like, and then he goes,
I'm yelling at him.
And he goes, look, there's Paul Maurice. And like, we turn around and there's Paul Maurice.
And I was like, I can't be perceived, but I'm yelling at him. And he's like, you're always, you know, it's family.
It's
like,
just, this is their life. They want people to be part of their life.
Yes. And and I would do the same thing. Yeah. Like, and we offered, like, to people who were coming with us to Boston. Yes. I was like,
If you want something, we'll get it for you.
Yeah,
we're going there for our hobby. You are coming along. We want to support you. Like,
they just want more Panthers fans. I know this agenda. He's like, I will. He's like, are they? I'll make a Panthers fan out of you yet. And I was like, fuck off.
And which we'll get there in a minute. But at the training facility, we got to see the Sins practice. Oopsie daisies.
We were not. Guys, so Paul Maurice was there.
Paul Maurice was there. Like, I wanted.
They were like, "Do you want to say hi?" And I was like, "No, I'm good.
One of these
I don't
days,
like."
Guys, I'll get it done. I promise.
Anyways, so we go, and he's like, "Yeah, we can probably." He's like showing us the Panthers practice facility also has like a restaurant to it.
Yeah.
There's like a burger place, and they're like, "Yeah, we come and we watch the open practices, and like it's 2 rinks side by side." So it was like there was kids like training and like doing like just open skate on the one side, and then the other side was the Senators practicing. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like we might see
there's
Ollie,
there's Brady, there's.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
You
And
weren't supposed to be there.
We absolutely got kicked out because they were like, well, the first guy, the security guard, was like, you can watch. You just have to be like outside the glass. You can't be inside," which is fair. Like you should not just be letting random people inside the glass part. Unless it's an open practice. They had security and everything too.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, yeah, we'll just watch. And my cousin was like, you can go. We could maybe go here. And then this other security guard. It's always the women security guards who know what the fuck is up.
Oh, I know.
Because she was like, "Are you press?" And we're like,
which
nope.
I mean, which.
And I was like, "No, sorry, like we're not. Like the security guard downstairs said like we can just come up." And she's like, "No, this is closed practice. It is press only." And we were like, "Oh, sorry, fam." And we bounced. But we did push our luck a little.
We pushed it quite a bit.
They weren't gonna like yell at us, but they were like, "Guys,"
and I didn't want to get your cousins in trouble for all of the shit that they had gotten us through.
Yeah, like and just like. Again, we were not supposed to be there, but like there was other people hanging around because there's a second rink.
Yeah.
So I think that was where the confusion was coming from. Is like you're supposed to be on the other side. You were allowed to be, but not where like the Sens were practicing.
Right. Which oh well, we got to see them practice. Sucks to suck.
Yeah,
Anyways,
we did get to see them practice for a minute.
Then there was also the we went to
the
beach.
Parade tour.
We went on the parade tour, which again, I was dissociating half of the time. I was trying to be so brave. And your cousin was like, "Yep, that's where Barky did that. Yep, that's where Matthew did that." I'm like, this should have been my parade.
Do you want to you could take a picture and pretend you're in the parade.
I just sat there. I was like, great. And then I look, and we go to the beach, which again, February, 2 very northern bitches going, wait a minute, we're on a beach in Florida in the middle of the winter. And then we walked into an oil spill. That's a whole story.
Yep, we sure did.
That's just our lives, honestly.
I think, so they have never, like, my family, other than my mother and brother, do not usually get to see me with my friends.
Yeah.
And even then, I, like, am overall somewhat behaved. You know what I mean? Like, I do.
I know you
somewhat behaved. And so, like, for not to say that I wouldn't be feral with other people,
right?
But the level of insanity that I am with Champ about hockey specifically is kind of unprecedented. In like, again, my other cousin was like, "Who the fuck are you? And what have you done with my cousin?" When I first got into hockey. And yeah, I think there was like moments where I could feel my cousins going like, looking at each other and going like,
what happened?
What you guys live like, you know, that like, bitch, you live like this? Like I could feel that, not judgmental, but just like,
damn, okay,
you guys live exciting lives. And like you were telling stories about like your family and stuff, and they're like,
no, it was the plane.
The plane shit that happens to you all the time.
And I was like, yep, that's just my life.
And they've had plane shit happen to them too, but we're like, no, you like, this is our daily life. Like I cannot express to you that we are the people that were cursed with "may you live in interesting times."
Correct. And then it was also the looks of, holy shit, y'all really like hockey, because they like hockey. They love hockey. We're fucking insane about it.
Yes, and we are batshit crazy. I cannot express this enough.
So like, looking at us, we got to the arena. Which gorgeous exterior.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. When we do this arena ranking, Florida is pretty fucking up there. It is a nice arena because it's not. If you have not taken a good look see at the Florida Panthers arena outside, because they're not in a downtown area, like where other, like Pittsburgh is in
Heart of
downtown,
downtown.
you know, like Vegas is in the, like a couple blocks off the strip or whatever. It's like a block and a half
Yeah.
off the strip. Like the other places we've been to are all in downtowns.
Yes.
And this isn't. It is in the city of Fort Lauderdale or whatever they're gonna call it. It's Sunrise, I think, technically, but like it's not. It has a huge campus.
It does.
Huge campus, and the outside is like a festival.
Oh, so
every
cool.
game day they have like, and my
And
cousin's
they have
like,
the ability to do that because it's warm.
it's warm and it's wide open. He's like, did they not do this in like Vegas? Or I'm like,
We're
no,
I
they
will
didn't
say,
do this
I
in
will
Vegas.
say Seattle
or...
was similar to Florida.
I think it's just one of those things of like weather and the space that you
Yes.
have, like they other arenas do not have that
No,
space
no.
because
Well, they
like
were built
they just
in the,
don't.
They were built in the 70s.
Or fucking
30s.
Boston, yeah,
But like, so you and I were just chatting, and we're meeting your cousin's friends, having a good time, and we were just talking about arenas because gorgeous arena, and talking about barns that we want to visit, and we were just like, okay, top 10 of the 32 NHL teams.
because we were like, we're not gonna ever make it to all 32
unless
NHL
something
arenas
magical happens.
unless I win the lottery next year. Like, and so we were like, okay, where do we really want to hit?
And we'd already gone
Like,
to
and
4. We'd gone to 4. We're going to 5. No,
Yep.
you'd gone to 3. I'd gone to 4. We're going to 5.
Yeah, I could go to 4 without you.
Yeah. I'd kill you.
I might, just out of spite.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
you should go to Buffalo.
Yeah, I'll probably drive to Buffalo.
But like, we were like, you know, oh, we want to go here. We want to go here. We're going here. And one of your cousin's friends goes, oh, you know, what, you know, places have you been? And we're like, oh yeah, we've been to Vegas. We've been to Pittsburgh. I've been to Seattle. We're going to Boston.
And then we did the Panthers today.
Yeah.
Like, we were like, yeah.
Wow, how long have you been into hockey? And Saint and I look at each other and go, a year. I've never seen a woman's face drop that fast. It was so
everyone in earshot was like, huh?
Because we were talking like we do on the podcast just to each other. And you would have thought that we had said something super controversial.
It was just so funny because it's just like, you know, they don't.
It's just so funny. Like, this is
like, again, we're insane.
Yeah.
We're insane.
And we understand that. We understand it. We're fine with each other about it. But then you get these people who are like, oh.
And they all love hockey. Don't get me wrong. They all love hockey. Shout out to the person behind us who had a rhinestone bedazzled Panthers jersey.
That was such a good
That's
one.
what we're doing. We'll maybe make a video on it if you guys want.
Yeah, so then we got into the actual game. The game was the Panthers versus the Senators. We were in the club seats. I've never, ever expected to be there. Holy shit, were they good club seats.
We understood it, right? Like, you get the wristbands, you get that, you go through it, and like the arena itself is stunning. It's a beautiful arena. Love it, love it, love it. I didn't look at our tickets, right? Because like my cousins sent us the tickets on the app that the Panthers use. I think it's SeatGeek or something. And I'm like, okay, cool, we've got the tickets. And then Champ is like, hey, what
row are we in?
What row are we in? And I'm like, row 1?
We just thought it was wrong.
And I was like, that can't be right. I'm like, I thought I was reading it wrong. I was like, it must be like 13 and we're like the first pair of seats. And Champ's like, and I'm just following Champ because I like showed her the phone where we're at. And she's like, no, we're here. And I'm like, no, the fuck we aren't.
This is seat 1, like DNF.
What did you?
Were like, no, you're not. You're not. I'm like, Saint, sit down. These are our seats.
And I'm looking at my phone, looking at the tickets and looking at the seat going, this cannot be real. And then my cousin walks up and he's like, got food in it, you know, like, got a drink in his hand. And he's like, oh, hi. Like,
you like the
hey.
seats?
And I'm like, these are not fucking real seats. You're lying to me. And he's laughing at me.
They were the front seats on the overhang at the right corner of the ice. Oh my God, those seats were great.
Like,
we saw every single goal except for the empty netter. And I also need to give your cousins a shout out if they ever listen to this podcast, St. Astra.
Not if I have anything to say anything about it, but
we were just sitting waiting for the game to start. We went down and we this was our first time getting close to the ice for warm-ups. We had never done that before because usually we're at the nosebleeds and trying to figure out, seats chilling. And got to see them enter, got to see that, you could feel the vibe, the excitement, and so that was cool. And then we came up and we're sitting and, we had our vodka sunrises, 4 sunrise. And I'm sitting facing the ice, and I look, and at the very back wall, there's this, what are they called? The scroll things where they, put up messages.
Fucking God, I didn't know where you were going with this. It's this little marquee wheel, right?
Little,
or the marquee
little
strip
announcements
where they'll people pay
happy
to
anniversary.
Be love you, mom.
Yep.
Happy birthday, so and so. Who's what you do for big
birthdays, events. And we see welcome Saint and Champ, and I went, that's my name.
I was not paying attention because I would never.
Right.
That's not a thing.
No
one I know would do that.
And I just
went, my fucking cousins.
That's my name. Did you guys? And they lost it. I've never seen them. They
the whole weekend,
alive.
They thought that was. They were so happy that you saw it. Because I would, honest to God, not have seen it. I really wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things that I just.
It was just my
exclude.
name is so I went. Hang on. That's me. And I mean, I could not get over it. They could not get over it. They were giggling so hard. It was just so funny. And then we were up on the Jumbotron for, their scrolling announcements, which I thought was you could just tell they just wanted Panthers fans.
Yes. They were welcome to, I think it's also, like I said, the rest of my family. So his grandson and his daughter and his other grandson, they're insanely into hockey. And his wife is the one who actually got him into hockey. The story goes that they, you sell out tickets and then the kids get to do this, they warm up on the ice, right?
Yeah.
At an NHL or an AHL game. And they were we are grandparents. We will buy, a bunch of tickets and give it to our friends.
Aww.
And then they fell in love with the game.
Yeah.
And that's their, how they got into hockey story. It's really cute. Which is what we got to saw. So I thought it was a really cute full circle moment. Because at the Panthers game, they had the little kids playing hockey in a second intermission. And it was just so fucking cute. With those kiddos.
They were just so excited for us to be part of their world for a night.
Yeah, of and people who understand and know hockey, because it was fun to be talking about stuff, and I could tell that again, the rest of my family is not into hockey, so for me to be they need to be doing this, boys, what the fuck you hit him, kill him, kill him, I need you to kill them. We had to tone it down a little bit, guys.
We were very patient, very subtle, very demure.
Very subtle, very demure. And it's one of those things where, if it was a Pens game,
that they got blessed because for real, if it had been our boys,
Oilers, Pens,
it would not have. Boston, it would have not gone well.
Even if it was a close game,
can't go back.
I can't go to
a game
where I'm rooting for the other. No, we will only go to Panthers games where it's a team that I don't.
Panthers.
Yes, 100%. And I don't hate the Sens, but I needed the Sens to lose, and they sure fucking did.
They sure fucking did. What a game to go to. It was very funny because I was the Senators scored the first goal, which is
a death knell for certain teams.
Correct.
And I was I turned to my cousin and I was I need you to be honest with me,
because you're cursed.
Because I am cursed, you were guys. This broke the curse. Third time's the charm.
And he was it's not good. And I was oh fuck, Saints done cursed.
Because I told him, I was listen.
You've never heard a goal horn.
I had never heard a goal horn for my team.
Yes.
It was the Penguins got shut out at their home arena. And the Oilers scored, which, again, not the Penguins, so no goal horn. And we scored the Oilers in Vegas. But it was in Vegas. So I've only been to a home game where I got shut out and an away game where they scored, but also lost. I've never been at a game where my team won. And the Panthers won. And my cousin was thank God. Thank God.
Because that second quarter second period came around and
they woke the fuck up.
My God.
They were oh yeah, wait, we're the reigning Stanley Cup champs. We can play hockey. Sorry, bud. Oh, sorry, bud.
Back to crying.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was just
Take
an
a shot.
incredible game. And then we went home. We got home at 11:30. We went to bed. We left to the airport at 6 a.m. And then that was the trip.
Up.
I mean, legitimately, on the ground in Florida, less time than we were.
Not even a full.
Oh my god, we're
48
crazy.
hours.
I know you know this, but we're fucking crazy.
And my cousin was like, "You're fucking crazy,"
Yeah.
and he also was like, "You can come again.
Yeah.
Like this is a standing invitation. Whenever you guys want to come
we'll
visit.
See you next year.
Also, preferably not for one day." And I was
real.
like, "No, next time." Also, we just got cursed with tickets, because like I looked right because I took the day off on Friday. And I was like, I'll come up because it's my family. So I was like, I'll come up early on Friday, and then Champ will pick you up later or whatever.
Yeah.
Could not get anything other than, would you like to be there at 8 a.m.?
Yep.
And have had like a midnight flight the night before, which no, I literally can't. Or you can start, one of them was like, you can start flying at 8 a.m. And I was like, okay, that's not bad. Maybe I'll get it. And you can get there at 6 p.m. And I'm like, well, then what the fuck is the point? Like,
yeah, we just kind of got screwed with the certain tickets.
It was just really,
and
really
we had
bad
already been
flights.
planning Boston before we had been planning.
Yeah.
So it
like
was
we had, because we hadn't confirmed which weekend we were going to go. It was either going to be Battle of Florida or to Chuck Bowl.
Yes.
I did ask for a win.
You did ask for that. Or a scrum, fight. And you got the win. I don't know what you're going to ask for in Boston. Like, you got to pit.
Fuck.
You got to, and your request, I guess you should go for a win for the Ducks.
For the Ducks, I want it, or the Leafs. That's the thing. There's two games,
We're going
guys.
2 games next week. Okay. Next fucking week.
Literally a week from today, guys. I almost called you all chat. Listeners, dear beloved viewers.
All right,
shout out to you. Shout out to the 3 of you. We will be in Boston. And again, another vlog. I promised to film more at this time. I was so fucking tired, champ. And I was trying to respect my cousin's privacy of like, I do not want to film you guys. Also, chat,
there's chat again.
Hey, chat, if you want to watch the Boston Bruins versus the
Toronto Maple Leafs, oh my god,
we'll probably be on camera because we got lower bowl tickets. And while we were at my cousin's, because we're hockey fiends, the Boston Bruins were playing the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yes.
And we were watching and like, haha, like looking and looking. And Champ and I were looking at the screen. We both kind of blinked for a second. And you went, those are really low seats. And I went, isn't that where we're sitting?
Yep.
Like, those look like our seats. And we're seeing, like, them on the screen. And I'm like, oh my fuck. And we had, like, a little mini meltdown at my cousin's of going, holy shit, we're going to be on camera. Holy shit.
We're like, we're low. Like, Ducks will be shit-faced in the crrowd at the very top.
Yes, if anyone who's going to the Ducks versus Bruins game, have a drink?
Yeah.
But, well, we'll be up top, wasted.
The Toronto versus the Bruins game, we're gonna need to be drunk to deal with the fact that we're gonna be so low.
Like,
oh my god,
I
what have
cannot.
we done?
And guys, let me be clear.
Yeah.
I don't think, oh my god, people are gonna see us like whatever. No, I just don't like being perceived.
Which is so
at
funny
all.
To me. Which is so funny
like,
to me.
Yes, I say this as a streamer and a podcaster, but like it's different because I'm controlling the narrative, versus you know what I mean. Fuck you and fuck your whole life.
We're gonna be on we're gonna be on the jumbotron. I'm calling it right now. All right. So Saint, do we have a sponsor today?
We do have a sponsor today. Today's sponsor is Saint Astra, a Twitch streamer, cosplayer, and artist. You can support her by purchasing from her Etsy or subscribing on twitch.tv/Saint Astra. Use your free Prime Sum and get access to cute little emotes. Saint Astra's Etsy also sells a variety of jewelry, decorations, and trinkets. Everything is handmade and crafted with a perfect balance of love and spite. All proceeds go directly to the Saint Astra Dry Settle Jersey Fund. We are. We also have to talk about 4 fucking nations.
Yeah, okay, you ready?
Yeah, we could talk about Florida for like the next hour, or we can talk about 4 nations and the fact that I'm Canadian for the next 2 weeks.
All right, let's talk about Four Nations then, Saint. What's going on?
All right. I'm Canadian for 2 weeks.
Okay, so as most people are aware, Four Nations is going on right now. And the tournament that started off as kind of being a write-off, like, most people were like, it's gonna be boring.
Read from start. Like, have you seen athletes?
It is exploded. And it started, so I was excited for it because, getting to see the best of the best play. But, you're 2 weeks without your teams. You're like, watch it be, like, terrible and us hate it. You know what I mean? Because I think
All-Star, the whole fucking
All-Stars
time.
is good, but only for the skills competition. I don't want the All-Star game. I want an actual tournament style.
I think that's the thing. I liked All-Stars for the bit. Like,
Yeah.
I liked the funny shit.
Leon
I thought it
Draisaitl
was
taking 29 seconds to shoot and is now the number one player in the league.
Yeah, it's just because it's for funsies. It was more to me like All-Star was more about like getting to see different players interact with each other and like getting to show off their skills and just kind of have a fun time, like, have like a break from like the intensity of regular season competition. Four Nations, I knew from the start, everybody was bitching.
I know.
And don't pretend y'all weren't. They were like, they're all gonna phone it in. They're not really gonna be trying. And I was like, have you ever met a serious athlete? None of these motherfuckers have an ounce of chill in their bodies. Sid Crosby is one of the most competitive people on the face of the planet. If you think that he, as captain, is not going to make everyone else give 110%, you're out of your fucking mind.
Correct.
This is national pride for them. Like, I think people
they also hadn't competed in the Olympics.
10 years.
Yeah.
It's been almost 10 years since like a legit best on best
hockey
kind of competition. Yeah. Like
for me, like I was super excited in the like, oh, we get more hockey and it's different hockey. But I was like, I don't think I'm gonna watch that much because I've got stuff to do and it's not the Oilers, you know what I mean? Like, I love hockey, don't get me wrong. But there are nights where I'm just like, I don't want to watch. I can't be stressed out. I can't have my Holter monitor go off, and cause me to write it down on my sheet. And so like I was sitting there and I was like, I'll watch a little bit of the Canada game. Nope, watch the whole damn thing. Couldn't get on the TNT because fuck TNT, and frantically called Saint going, I need somewhere to watch, please help me.
And the very legal website that we use to watch hockey when it's not on ESPN, when it's not on ESPN. Which, here's the thing, fuck you, Gary Bettman, first of all, for depriving us of best on best hockey for forever. Yes. And second of all, if you're complaining, first of all, I'm watching hockey ads on Disney Plus and you didn't put a hockey ad in the Super Bowl? Are you kidding? Second of all, because I know y'all got money, because I saw the reports. Y'all, this is like, that you making good money, okay? Second of all, what you need to do is make it fucking accessible to people.
Yep.
Like, ESPN Plus, fine. Let me pay however much money I need to. I don't even care. Because here's the thing. If you were like, hey, $50 a month.
Yeah. And
you can watch every NHL game. Okay, bet. Okay,
yeah, I would.
I'll do it. I do it in a heartbeat. I would do pay for, because here's the thing. If I want, so I pay for ESPN Plus. I can't watch my teams, two of my teams. Well, I say two. One of my teams, Pittsburgh usually, because we're a local area. Yeah. Like, it gets blacked out on TV because we're local. So I'm like, I want to watch the fucking Pens. Yep. And so like, I have to, it's just infuriating that like it gets blacked out because of local TV stuff. So, okay, now I have to pay for a TV subscription. Yeah. Oh, well, now you have to pay for TNT if your TV subscription doesn't have TNT. Oh, and this one's an Amazon, and this one. You're making it, we have had, like, people are complaining about this on Twitter too. If you want the sport to grow, you have to make it accessible. You don't have to make it accessible you don't have to make it accessible in the narrative that you're trying to share, like, equipment, but you have to make people able to watch it, especially if you want more money. Like, I would pay a significant chunk of money to have every hockey game on my TV, computer, whatever, and no ads, and just the ability to watch wherever I want to. Like, this is something that people want. Like, even if it isn't, like, okay, so say it isn't, you can't, like, okay, so the Dallas Stars are doing this, right? Yeah. They're doing it, I believe, that if you pay for this Dallas Stars package thing, you get all the Stars games.
Yep.
Let me do that for the Pens.
Yeah.
Or how about you just let for the 4 day? Because again, I get it. It's all about the TV deals. There's a bunch of branding, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So when it's a TNT game, give them a cut of my profits. Like, or let me buy a 4 Nations pass.
Yes.
Let me pay. Because you're charging, because I looked, y'all, because we're going to be in Boston I'm going to be in Boston on Friday the 21st. And 4 Nations Championship is on Thursday the 20th. And I was like, what if I just drove to Boston a day early? And the answer was, would you like to spend a minimum of $400 on some of the worst seats you've ever seen at TD Garden?
Yeah.
And then up to $2,000. And by the way, you can't buy only one ticket, so I'd have to go back. And I can't do that.
Go on for your rant. Don't make me call a penalty.
Anyways, so no, people are not spending, $1,000 on hockey, because that was the average price for nosebleeds. It was like $900 for like center. If you're not in like the terrible seats, like if you're trying to be able to see the game actually happening, $900. And I'm like, no, I can scream from the safety of my bedroom while watching on TV. But if you were to be like, hey, 4 Nations is coming up, we are offering a pass to be able to watch on NHL.com, for
2 weeks.
And 2 weeks. I don't even care if it's like, if you wanted me to pay $5 a game, I'll pay $5 a game. That's fine. Like, because I can't afford the tickets anyways. And like, I have ESPN Plus, so I don't need to pay for it. But give people the option to pay per game or something like that. Because I don't have TNT. Okay, well, let me pay $5.
The problem is,
let me pay $5. We are too smart. These people don't know how to make fucking money. Like, it's actually stupid.
In any case, 4 Nations is going on right now, and 2 games have happened. It is incredible. The Canada game versus Sweden was. It should not have been that close. It should have been that close, actually. I don't know what I'm talking about. What am I saying?
Everybody was underestimating Sweden. And I was like, y'all are fucking sleeping on Sweden because my boy Rax and my boy Ike are on there.
And Eki.
And Eki.
They were the defensive powerhouses.
And Raquel has been on. There was some really, really good players on Sweden. Finland, I also thought would have been Finland if they had not had the injuries that they had would have been, I think, a little bit stronger.
But like the Canada game versus we're not even Canadian. You're closer, but I'm not. The national pride that I felt for Canada, and I'm not even Canadian, was like off the charts.
Guys, I hurt my voice.
Yep.
I screamed so loud.
Oh, what a game. That was such a good game.
It was so fucking good. And Mitch Marner. And this is what I really love is everyone falling in love. First of all, Sid Crosby getting all of his accolades because he's Captain Canada.
Okay. Captain Canada.
That was the most important thing to me in the world. Because I was like, I just want Sid to succeed.
The Connor McDavid, Nate McKinnon, and Sidney Crosby goal within a minute of play
was insane. We were still trying to figure out how to get the site to fucking load. That's how quick it was.
We loaded up ESPN trying to go to ESPN.com and they had already scored a goal.
And we were losing our fucking minds. But yeah, so like
it's the best.
I'm Canadian for the next 2 weeks. Yep. Several Canadians have said cool. But it was so good getting to like and the behind the scenes of like seeing Marshy chirping everybody and like, teasing Sid and like everybody just looking like they're having a good time. And like, I think that elevates their play in the regular season too. Like, how do you not like, I don't know. I just think that people were being really shitty about this. And I think it's very funny that everyone's doing an about face on it because I've been saying from the start that I was like, I think it's going to be a good time because there's no way these guys are not going to give 110%. And they did. Like, USA versus Finland was feral, though.
I just got news. You ready?
Yeah.
The USA-Finland game that happened last night, Thursday, shattered ABC ESPN TV numbers with 1.5 million viewers. At its peak was 2 million. It was the most viewed non-playoff hockey game on ESPN.
Like, people want to watch hockey. They do.
Plus 323% on 2016 World Cup of Hockey. More than any NHL All-Star game on ABC since Disney acquired the TV rights. That's insane. Thank you, Puck Report, NHL Twitter. The Canada game was up there too. It was 1 million. And I think it was also because it was TNT. Like people couldn't
ESPN,
watch it.
We were able to watch on ESPN Plus.
Then we decided we didn't want to.
And so, then we switched because I did not
we need to get
ESPN
a sports
Plus announcers.
Subscription.
Yeah. Can you if you're American?
I think so.
Like, okay.
I'd have to look.
You know what? We need a VPN.
We just need.
That's what I need so that I can watch games outside of my, like the Toronto games and like, because again, I get, depending on what the contracts are, I can't see certain games.
Well, we can't see Washington or Carolina.
Yeah. Like it depends on the game of like what deal they have with it, but living as like where I am, there's multiple big hockey cities all around me, which again, this is an East Coast thing. And it's just like, you know.
But that fucking sucks. Like, yeah. So, tomorrow night is Canada versus USA. That's gonna be, again, we're very Canadian for the next 2 weeks.
Yes, 100%
tomorrow
Canadian.
is gonna be insane. Like, we have already started talking about what time are we ending stream? What time are we doing this? What time are we doing that? Because we are not missing this game.
No, I'm not missing this fucking game. Like,
so
it's
excited.
just,
it's gonna be brutal.
It's gonna be fucking brutal. I'm already mad that I have work on Saturday, and so I'm going to miss the 1 p.m. game because it's Sweden versus Finland, right? I really didn't like that. I thought that they should have spaced it out so that everything was at 8.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make the actual puck drop be at 8, though, stop fucking making it 20 minutes later.
Yeah. We don't need. If you just announce the game is starting at 7:30, and that puck drop is at 8. We don't need to like say that the broadcast starts at 8. But yeah, so that's gonna be crazy. I'm excited to see. I'm so nervous about. I can't even like speak. I'm so nervous. It feels like a playoff game.
It does. It literally.
It feels like Game 7.
Yeah, and it's so real that like, because that's what everybody was saying. They're like, holy shit, like this feels like Game 7 of playoff hockey.
Yeah.
It really, really does. Like that's what it feels like the whole time you're watching. Again, I lost my voice temporarily. I like hurt my throat because I was screaming so fucking loud.
The USA game versus Finland last night. Really good game, tight game for the first two. The 4 goals in like 5 minutes.
This is proof we're witches, by the way, because
I went and showered. You went and planted seeds.
Yep. And then literally as I'm finishing planting the seeds, my mother is screaming they scored. And I'm like, oh my God, what? We didn't even know the game had started back yet. I thought I had another minute or two. And then she goes, oh my God, they scored again. And I was like, you're so fucking for real right now. Like sprinted back to scream at Champ. And I'm like, what did they do? What did they do?
I was like, you have to leave. You can't come. You can't. And then they scored again. And I was like, never mind. You
never
can
mind.
stay.
We're good. We're good.
It was
we're
the
good.
shower,
we're
I
good.
swear.
US was like,
free bird.
Like free bird.
Free bird.
And I don't want America to win. Let me be absolutely clear. I don't want America to win, but I did want free bird. I wanted free bird. So
I will say that is probably the only good thing that they got going on right now is free bird.
Yep.
No national pride. Four Nations face-off memes on Twitter?
Yes, they're so fucking funny.
So
if nothing else, the meme caliber of this event is worth it.
I'm calling a vibe check.
You're calling a vibe check? Okay,
yeah,
vibe check.
I just started streaming, so you can see it.
Okay.
We're gonna go through some of the best Twitter memes for Four Nations facing off. Which, when we were in Florida, we were doing the bit before everybody else was, just because it was so stupid. Four Nations facing off.
Yeah, like every time we turned around, we would be like, Four Nations facing off, like every 2 seconds. I love you, Sid Crosby, more than like.
So
fucking funny.
This is very timely and funny. Apple Maps updated, and it's the Gulf of Four Nations facing off.
Very funny.
I love that one. We also have Four Faces Nationing off.
Spat my fucking drink out. Like, the overstretch, the weird skin tone shift because of how they stretched it is so
Look
funny.
At poor Victor Hedman.
it reminds me of this. Do you remember the skin face thing from Doctor Who?
No.
Stop. Did you never? Hold on.
I never watched Doctor Who.
Hold on. But it was like a meme. It's Lady Cassandra. Sorry. Hold on, I'm sending this to you.
I have no clue what to expect. I'll put it on the podcast. Sorry, this is gonna be a very visual portion. Oh my God, what the fuck?
Yeah, so like she's a sentient piece of skin basically.
I wish you could
And
see
she
my
plays
face
she
right
plays
now.
she plays the Earth ballad Toxic by Britney Spears. And when I saw this, that was my immediate reaction.
That's so funny. Yeah, no, I've never seen that.
That's so fucking funny. Like,
so Four Faces Nationing Off. Love that one.
yep, that's so
we
funny.
also have Four Nations Racing Off.
I love the Mario Kart one.
It's Rainbow Road with all of the boys, all the captains on racing. Love this one. This one I know you sent this to me because I went,
I did.
bookmarking that. We also have 4 hairlines backing off, and it's pictures of players who
we gotta stop bullying these men. For
no,
their
we can bully Mark
hairlines.
Stone.
We can bully Mark Stone. Fuck you, Mark Stone.
Who are just
except for the part
little unfortunate in their
just
hairline trophy.
Just like
you just need to stop slicking it back. And
Austin
Matthews, you need to get a little bit of help. This one is hold on. There are 4 nations, right? And what are they doing? Facing off. It's that meme. And it's the picture.
They're facing off, bro.
You're gonna look at me and tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong? There's 4 nations and they're facing off.
Grow up, bro. Grow up.
Oh, jeez. I love that one. This one, 4 nations blasting off again.
I love the edits people have
They
put
are
into this.
so
It's
good.
so good.
That one was one of the first ones that I saw. 8 cats facing off. Because it's so I had to unblock the Florida Panthers to get this one. And
Champ had them blocked, and I sent this to her, and I was like, Champ, you have to see this one. You have to see this one. And she's
for a good reason. I was pissed at them. Not recently. It was back in October. So 8 cats facing 8 cats facing off. We have all of the 8 players. There are 8 of them. They have
the most out of any team. Yeah, which I mean that tracks. Like it tracks.
They've just got a lot of Finland players too.
Yeah, Barky, I want you to get a goal.
Please. Barky, please.
Barky, please. Barky, please. Bark.
We've also got 4 nations voting off, which is the Survivor game.
For Gary Beck.
That one's so good.
Goodbye.
Yep, we've got.
You are the weakest link.
4 nations, and I can't stress this enough. Facing off.
I didn't know the confrontation de nations is so funny. Shout out to the announcer, by the way, who's able to switch between. I believe it's the same announcer who switches between English and French all the time. Yep. Insane. He does it so fluidly.
We've got. I am a hockey fan looking for 4 nations interested in facing off. I loved that one.
Funny.
We've got tonight 4 nations assing off, and again,
Canada clears. This is not the best photo of Sid's ass, by the way. I maintain they're fucking trying to pull a ringer because it is Sid unquestionably to the point where when I showed Matt Sid Crosby's ass, he went, "Oh," like out loud. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's all of not all of the captains, but all of the player.
Their best ass set for each team.
Yep. Yeah. William Nylander.
Yeah. Yep. Shout out to Nylander, who when getting booed just smiled. Very, very,
what
very
a
funny.
mood.
What a mood.
4 nations baking off.
I think that Sid Crosby would
win
dominate
with his stupid fucking
his banana bread. Yep. It'd be so let them do a baking competition. That's what I want All Stars to be. I want All Stars to be a mix of like stupid skills and like fun little bits, and then also I want them to be like, here are grown men. Try and do something that a normal person does, and I guarantee 80% of them will suck at it. It's
Jack
so
Hughes' skate on the ice. Can't do that.
Yes.
Nope.
Can you skate from one end of the rink to the other? Stop it! Minecraft one.
Yeah, so this one's 4 nations fishing off. There's another one that's a Minecraft one of 4 nations mining off, which is them in
a mine.
Yeah. And I saw that and I went, that one, because fucking hilarious with Puck Witches. We play video games. Yeah. Minecraft's our game.
Minecraft is our game, and then also just like I'm throwing back to Fishing Day or Fishing Jamboree
age. Yeah, we've got 4 nations taking off, and also 4 nations sailing off. My absolute favorite, 4 nations voguing off.
Okay.
We've got our beautiful Austin Matthews in drag. We've got Sid Crosby.
Why did you give him those Oh, it's so funny.
And just my God, okay.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, so I saw that one. That one was great. And then Four Nations Saucing Off. I did this one just for you.
I didn't see this one.
Just for you. Connor
And
is
tomato
so
ketchup,
scared.
and I love ketchup.
Okay.
Because
Connor doesn't. He's scared.
Did you see that someone was like, do you think the red of the Canadian jersey scares Connor because it reminds him of ketchup?
I did see that. Well,
so fucking funny.
he's a mood. And then Four Nations Face Off ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does. And then Minnesota Wild started getting it. Four Nations Face Off. No, Two Nations Take Off. Like,
oh my
some
God.
Some of the Four
like
Nations
official
playing
accounts.
together. Oh my God, the Fire Nation is attacking. And it's fucking Austin Matthews, which is very accurate. Doesn't not need to be.
Honestly.
The Avatar is Celebrini, which is very fitting. I would agree.
I would also agree. Actually, it really should be Bedard, because at least he's got a couple years in the NHL.
True. Yeah. Yeah. So
they were not a fan of young talent in this one. We had some young talent, but not a lot.
Oh, so that is the vibe check, Saint. I would rank this very high. It has entertained me all week long.
This is the most united I've ever seen Hockey Twit since last, like, ever. It is, just
great
so
vibe
fucking
check.
Funny.
Oh, it was so funny. All right, well, let's move into sportsmanlike conduct. Saint, we've been very unlucky recently. I have no feeling, so we're ready for this?
Your stream is paused.
Okay. I don't know why.
You minimize the application?
Well, motherfuck me in the ass.
What? Okay, it is Valentine's Day, so you can talk to your husband about that.
He's at work, too. I don't know why it's paused, but this week the winner of sportsmanlike conduct is the Florida Panthers. Nope.
I was literally thinking it'd be so funny if we got the Panthers. It'd be so funny if we got the Panthers.
So funny.
Oh my fucking God. I'm not going to believe you until I see the video.
Well, yeah, it's the Florida Panthers. That's motherfucking fuck me in the ass. Okay. You want to go first or do you want me to?
You can go first.
There's so many after we've been to the actual stadium.
It's amazing how quickly me and Champ are willing to fall in love based on just being there.
To be fair, we rooted for the Panthers all the way through until
the finals.
Until the finals.
Yeah, we were like, they were our number 3 team / number,
because Boston was number 2.
Yeah. So
like there was a lot of admiration for them there. It only got bad when they started playing against the Oilers. So there's still a little bit of sentiment there. I'm still disappointed in them. So the Florida Panthers, I have so much that I could say.
A top 3.
Top 3, okay. Number 3, my third star of the night. It was definitely the amount of styles that they had at their Pantherland stuff. Like, I was obsessed with that.
I think more like, and we don't have a ton of experience like with merch because the stores, but like I was very impressed because all of the stuff they had 3 stores, by the way. Yeah. They had the store, the Pantherland, at the War Memorial, which is like the practice facility, and then they had the Panther store in the arena, which is basically all the same stuff that's at that store but at the arena. Yeah, and then they also had the like game used / game specific stuff in like a little alcove shop that was like game used sticks.
Oh yeah, wait, hang on, time out.
Hang on.
Fuck you, Florida, for not giving out game pucks.
Yeah, what the fuck is... Sorry, guys, this is disjointed, but every hockey game we've been to, you have a, like, Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Oilers hockey puck. And it's not a warm-up puck. That's different. Yeah. It's a game day puck. Yeah. My cousin looked at me like we grew 3 heads. Yeah. And so did the lady at the checkout, where I was like, do you guys have game day pucks? And she's like, we get warm-up. She's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like game day pucks that say like, you know, Panthers versus Senators. And she's like, we get the warm-up pucks.
Which after warm-ups. Which I guess are the game day pucks.
But they're like,
but that's not the same.
Because like I'm looking at my like Penguins versus Oilers one, and it says game night Pittsburgh Penguins versus Edmonton Oilers, March 10th, 2024. Like, it's a game day puck. Those are different than warm-up pucks because they're sold before warm-ups. They're sold at days open. And they had warm-up pucks from previous games for sale, but they didn't have the days because
salty about it. We
got
other pucks.
We got other pucks, so we're okay. But I was like,
sad.
It's okay. We have pucks for our puck board that we're gonna build eventually. But like, we want game day pucks. Yeah. Weird thing. I don't know if comment down below if your team doesn't do game day pucks because it is weird. I feel like game day pucks are a common thing, but I might be wrong.
My number
Anyways,
two,
back to being sportsmanlike conduct.
Sorry, that was whatever. Number 2, Bob Bobrovsky. I freaking love him.
I love Bobrovsky.
He's just so soft spoken and super sweet. And
so talented.
Talented.
Such
number
a little
1,
shit sometimes.
Number 1 is Alexander Barkov.
Fuck you! I was like, she's gonna say Barky.
I love that man. He's such an underrated captain. Like, he's so again soft spoken and like. You know they have like the soft diplomacy versus the hard diplomacy in IRL.
Yeah.
Matthew Tkachuk is hard diplomacy. He's rah America. Barky is so calm and he might not be, and we just have a parasocial relationship. But
I feel like that moment in Four Nations against Finland versus US was very where like Tkachuk went to start his shit with Barky. Yeah. Realized it was Barky because Barky like looked at him and Barky's a big fucking dude and was like, really? And Tkachuk turns around like, nope, just kidding, Cap, just kidding. Like so funny.
I just love him. He's great.
Our friendship bracelets were Barky friendship bracelets for the Panthers.
So, all right, Saint, your turn.
Well, you stole Barky from me.
Yeah. You gonna say Sam Bennett?
Fuck you. Apparently him and Marshy are good, so I still don't forgive you for your crimes against P.O. Joseph. Number 3 for me, I'm honestly gonna say the community building that the Panthers have done in Sunrise, Florida is actually really, really great. Yeah. And this is secondhand from my cousins as well, but like they seem like an organization, and the team themselves are like an organization that really connects with its fans, that connects with its like community. And you can tell that like my cousin was telling me, they've been fans since they've been around, you know what I mean? And they were like, sometimes they suck. Like sometimes your team sucks. And the Panthers sucked for a while. Yeah. Like, and so he's like, it used to be like, first 10,000 people in the door get a t-shirt, and they couldn't break 10,000 people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and now they're filling out a 19,000 or an 18,000 person arena. But I feel like the Panthers never forgot their roots in that, and I think they're very aware. We
talked about when we were there that it feels very like they give back to their community.
Yes, like their arena had because Parkland, the school shooting was there. They had like a memorial for the people who lost their lives there. A lot of stuff with the community, just like all over the arena and like with the announcers, and it even just like. It just, they feel like a team that like, maybe it's because it's a smaller market is able to really connect with their fans and their community. And I think more teams should try to do that level of outreach. Yeah. Like it really is nice. Number 2, the Florida Panthers admin on Twitter is so fucking funny.
Oh my God. I wouldn't know. I have them blocked still.
I know you have them blocked, so I send them to you anyways. And it makes me mad when it's like my team.
Yeah. All the time.
But like, all the time, but like when they're doing it to people I don't like, it's very, very funny.
See,
with like
that's a good social media manager.
That's what I mean, is like they're a good social media manager.
Number 1,
I wanted to say Barky, but
you should also say Barky.
I mean, Barky, I love you. You're a really good player. You're underrated. Yes. I think you're a great captain for the Panthers. I love Barky. I was also gonna say thank you for my cousins liking you, so that I can go to hockey games and talk to them about hockey, because we chirp each other all the time about hockey.
Each other, what are they? The cheese chips or whatever?
The what?
What did you bring him from?
The cheese.
I don't know what they were. They were like Cheetos, but they weren't.
Yeah, I said they're like Cheetos Puffs, and you lost it. So I'm gonna dox my cousin right now because this is a family specific thing. My family. This is only up, like, I think they're only in the East Coast, like, upstate. It's like they're called Jacks.
Okay. I don't know why they're cheese chips to me.
They're no, because I don't even they're puffed cheese curls, right? But like they're by, do you have Bachman? It must be, because I've seen them in New York City too, so it's not just like my city being weird. That's why I was like, am I doxing myself here? No. Like, but my family is obsessed with them because we're gluten-free in half of our households, and so like, and they've always been this way. Like Jacks are just like the snack that we always have, and they don't have them in Florida. So I brought a bag of Jacks for me and a bag of Jacks for my cousin.
That's so funny.
He was like, he texted my mom and he's like, I like it when your daughter visits or something like that. And then he was like, you don't have to sleep in the garage.
Yeah.
I forgot.
He almost made me sleep in the garage because I was an Oilers fan.
He did almost make you sleep in the garage.
They won. It's fine. If they had lost, I would have not been able to go on that trip.
No, yeah. Florida Panthers, you are the main protagonist of the week. It's kind of hysterical.
Very funny. All right, well, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. Folks, we really appreciate you listening in through all of our rants and ramblings. The Puck Witches podcast is released on Spotify and our YouTube channels, and you can join the Night Witches Discord via the link below to talk about the episodes directly, as well as enjoy our other channels full of gaming, hobbies, and good vibes.
Sometimes we record these episodes live on Twitch, so make sure you're following us there. And if you want to support us with a Twitch Prime on either or both of our channels, you get access to cute emotes and extra channel points. If you enjoy this podcast, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and follow us on Twitter for updates.
We're going to be absent again next week because we're in Boston.
We're in Boston. We're going to try and vlog it.
We are going to vlog it. I'm going to make sure Saint gets the goods.
I'll do better this time because I won't be doped up on Dramamine to hell and back. So.
And lastly, don't forget to support the St. Astor Drysaddle Jersey Fund by checking out Saint's Etsy or subscribing on Twitch. We love you all and hope the hockey season is treating you well. Champ and Saint, signing off.
Stay witchy.